Hello friends, this video on chemical bonding part 7 is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exam. Before watching this video, please make sure that you have watched part 1 to part 6. Let's take the example of CCl4. Carbon has 4 valence electron and chlorine has 7 valence electron, right? So there are 4 chlorine atoms, so 7 into 4. You add this, you get 32 valence electron we have. So let's start with 32 valence electron. So I have carbon, the central atom, and let's add 4 chlorine. So it's carbon. So since I have added 4 chlorine with 4 bonds, how many atoms I have, electrons I have consumed? 4 into 2, that is 8 I have consumed by 4 bonds. Correct. So I am left with 24 electrons. Right. So now let me see if my central atom is happy. Central atom has 1, the carbon has 2, 3, 4 carbon atoms plus 4 shared atoms. 4 plus 4. So carbon has now 8 electrons. With 8 electrons, carbon is happy, right? So I need not worry about carbon. Let's talk about this chlorine. This chlorine has now 2 electrons, but chlorine needs how many? 8. It has 2, so you need to add 6 more electrons to this chlorine to make it happy. So let's add 6 electrons to this chlorine. Correct. So similarly, we have to add 6 electrons to all these chlorines. So if we add 6 electrons to one chlorine and there are 4 chlorine atoms, how many atoms we need? Electrons we need? 24. So 24 electrons we need to 4 chlorine, right? So we'll add 6 here, we'll add 6 here, similarly we'll add 6 here, and we'll add 6 here. Now you see each of the atoms in this molecule, it's carbon and chlorine atoms in this molecule are happy. Since everybody is happy, the structure is stable. Correct? Because the goal is to make everybody happy. If all the atoms are happy, that's all we want. So in this case, the carbon and the 4 chlorine atoms are happy. Let's take an example of chlorine gas. So one chlorine has 7 valence electrons, the total valence electron is 14 we have. So let's write chlorine, add this with the bond. So I had 14 valence electron to start with. I used 2 electrons for bond because one bond I created. I am left with 12 electrons. So let's see how many electrons this chlorine has. So 1 and 1, right? Because 1 is shared. So it has 2 electrons. Chlorine needs 8 electrons to be stable. It has 2 electrons. That means I have to add 6 more electrons to this chlorine. So let's add these 6 electrons to this chlorine. And let's assume this is 1 and this is 2. So I've added 6 electrons to chlorine 1. I'm left with 6 electrons. Let's check this chlorine. This chlorine also has 2 electrons. To make it stable, it needs 8 electrons. So we need to add 6 more electrons. So let's add 6 more electrons here. Chlorine number 2. I'm left with 0 valence electron. Now let's see if every atom in this molecule is happy. So if you see the chlorine 1 is happy because it has 8 electrons. Chlorine 2 is happy, it has 8 electrons, right? 6 plus 2 shared. Everybody is happy, so this is a happy structure for chlorine. Let's take example of C2H4. So carbon has 4 electrons, valence electrons, so 4 into 2 for carbon. Hydrogen has 1 valence electron, so 1 into 4 hydrogen. So total is 12. So we have 12 valence electrons to start. So let's draw the structure first. 2 carbon and we'll draw 2 hydrogen. 4 hydrogen. Right? This is a structure, is a decent structure we can draw. So for this structure, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bonds we created. So we consume 10 valence electron for 5 bonds. So we are left with only 2 electrons. So let's take the first carbon. Let's suppose this is carbon 1, this is carbon 1 and carbon 2. So this carbon 1 has 6 electrons, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It needs 2 electrons. So if we give 2 electrons to this carbon, we are left with 0 electrons. Let's see everybody is stable or not. If you talk about carbon 2, it has only 6 electrons now. Carbon 2 is not stable. Right? So carbon 2 is unhappy, carbon 1 is happy. So since carbon 2 is sad, carbon will tell, okay, don't worry, we'll share one electron with you also. So in that case, they'll form something like this, double bond. So let's redraw things from the scratch. Since this carbon was not happy, so the carbon 1 give 1 electron or share 1 electron with carbon 2, so that both are happy. So this structure is formed now. So let's start everything from scratch once again. So this is cancelled now. So we started with 12 valence electron. Since in this case 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bond is there. So 6 into 2, 12 electron is used for 6 bonds. I'm left with 0 electrons. And now let's see if everybody is happy or not. This carbon has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 electrons. This guy is happy. This carbon atom also has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This carbon is also happy. What about hydrogen? This hydrogen has 2 electrons. This guy is happy. This hydrogen has 2 electrons. This is happy. This hydrogen has 2 electrons. Happy. This happy. Everybody is happy. So this is my structure. This is not my structure. This is my structure. Because the goal is to make everybody happy. All the atoms should be stable, and then only you get this molecule. Right? This is the correct structure for Lewis structure for C2H2, not this, because in this structure we were not able to make everybody happy. So this carbon 1 told, okay, let me share with you one pair of electron, and with that we can attain a situation where everybody is happy. Right? You can also think of scenario. You can say that why you added 2 hydrogen each to 1 carbon. Let's draw the basic structure like this. 3 hydrogen here and 1 hydrogen here. This can be a good start, right? Point to start. So let's start with this point and see if we can actually draw the figure. So if we draw with this, so we have 12 valence electron to start with. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bond is used. So 5 into 10 electron is gone for bond. We are left with 2 electrons. And if you see in this case, if you want to satisfy this carbon, you need how many electrons? You need 4 electrons. Because this carbon has 4 electrons only now. So with 2 electrons you can't satisfy this carbon itself. This carbon is happy, but this carbon needs 4 electrons to be happy. But we have only 2 electrons, so we can't make it happy. So this structure is also not possible. Okay? So you can start with any structure, but if you end up in a situation where everybody is not happy, then you have to redesign stuff. For example, in this case, we started with this. We found a place where people are not happy, atoms are not happy. We redesigned. We took this approach. We found that everybody is happy. That means we got the structure. But let's assume that instead of 2, we could start with this approach. Then also we'll be stuck in a place where everybody is not happy. Like each and every atom is not happy, and then we'll have to redraw the structure. Let's take example of nitrogen N2. So nitrogen has 5 electrons each, so 5 into 10 valence electron it has. So let's draw nitrogen with a bond. So we have 10 valence electron, 2 is used in one bond. So we have 8 electrons left. Right? So this guy has 2 electrons, this nitrogen 1, nitrogen 2, 2 electrons. So to make it happy, we need 6 electrons. Right? So let's add 6 electrons to this guy. So nitrogen 1 is happy. So we have only 2 electrons now. So with 2 electrons, we can't make it happy because this nitrogen 2 needs 6 electrons also to make it happy. So this is not possible. So this nitrogen will say, okay, I'll try to share one bond with you. So in that case, let's redraw the structure. So let's redraw the structure. Let's start with 10. And now we'll use 4 electrons for 2 bonds. Right? So we are left with 6 electrons. So this nitrogen has now 4 electrons. 2 plus 2, 4. To make it happy, it needs how many electrons? 4 now, because it needs 8. It has 4, so it needs 4 more. So let's add 4 more electrons to this guy. And this guy is happy. Right? This nitrogen is happy. So now we have only 2 electrons, but this nitrogen cannot be satisfied with 2 electrons, right? Because it needs again 4 electrons. It has 4 electrons, and to be happy it needs 8 electrons. That means it needs 4 more electrons. So we can't make it happy with this also. So this approach also won't work. So this nitrogen will say, okay, I'll share 1 more electron with you. That means I'll try for a triple bond with you. So let's again start from the scratch. So we started with 10 electrons. So we have 3 bond. So we need 6 electron for 3 bond. So left with 4 electrons. This nitrogen has now 6 electron. It needs only 2 electrons to be happy. So it needs 2 electron to be happy. Nitrogen now left with 2 electron. This nitrogen also has 6 electron now. To be happy it needs 2 electron because 8 minus 6 is 2 now. So this guy will give 2 electron to this nitrogen now, and we are left with 0 electron, and each of these nitrogens happy. So this is my structure. Why? Because this is the scenario where both the nitrogen is happy and I don't have any extra valence electron. Correct? So we started with this. We found that we are not able to draw the structure. So this nitrogen told, I'll do a pairing with you, but double bond also we tried, didn't work. So this nitrogen told, okay, I'll do 1 more pairing with you, and with this it worked. And we got this structure. Correct?
Thank you. Visit examfear.com to watch free educational videos, try free online tests, get the best quality study materials, study from the best tutors and mentors, and much more. Thanks once again.